And Unique, if they don't have to move, they can hold that cover. So yes, they have to use it, but now Frozen's gonna be spotting down Blaze. They will spot him down as well, and the spray is gonna get one. Seraph gonna be taken down, so finally Blaze is gonna take those hits as well. Frozen with the nade, gonna be trying to find a second one. Draws the nade straight towards Tron. Will that connect? No, he's gonna fall. That's gonna be mine from Team Unique, saving the whole situation. Just 2 teams remaining.
Wow, Cash takes down 1. Here we go. Tron's Army taking the push. 2, no way. 2 go down. The big push coming through. I think there's only 1 left now for you.
The Novorevnoye area heading towards the western side, and of course we have lovely Span Cargo here as well. What do you think about the hot drops?
I'm really excited for it. I mean, we heard them over on the desk talking about it. We're expecting a lot of chaos very early on in these matches because this is where all of the points are going to be coming from. And honestly, with a plane path like this, super far down to the southern side, even if they didn't want to hot drop each other, this plane path is kind of forcing it anyway.
Yeah, we can see a lot of teams jumping immediate. At least 2 teams are on the Novorevnoye area. Couple teams will be heading towards the Milta Power Milta area, so we'll see how they will be spreading there, but at least 3 teams on that area, so that might guarantee some early fighting. But 2 teams, they have already landed, so let's see what's going to happen. Lots of other teams, of course, will spreading out from the plane as well, but I think as soon as they will realize that there's a team right next to them, they will just might go for it.
Because reminder, it is the first 2 zones where people, if they get a kill, it is 6 points, and then zone 2 to 3, 4 points. So right now, if these guys started getting these fights, this is the 6 points.
Yeah, there we go. We can see the first action happening here in Novorevnoye. We can see Diavla taking the damage. We can see Pride is going to be just pushing towards, and Diavla's going to be taken down. So Milky Way will find Diavla, and Nomi will get a flush on that one. So that's the first, and that's the kill on the first zone. That's going to be a 6-point kill.
It looks like other fights are happening, but also remember, support your creative expression without limits with Xiaomi's 11T's Cinemagic Power. You saw that pop up there on the screen. That's what the majority of these guys potentially are using to get these 6 points. And wow, it actually looks like some guys going for a really long drop in the distance. Looks like this team really wants those points, just taking a lot of long shots at them as Frozen's just slowly flying down the sky. Yeah, looks like that opportunity has given up. So there are a couple of cities here that are just definitely at least have a couple of teams. It looks like Pride's not done.
Yeah, there we go. It's going to be Team Unique. Mine is going to find 1, so that's going to be Daddy taken down from the Exquisite Decode as well. So a lot of early engagements. We can see that, of course, the point scheme is kind of like engaging and allowing this to happen. So a lot of teams are jumping on each other's, but we do have some teams quite far away as well. For example, Navi, they have gone for the normal looting positions. They're traveling towards the northern George Ball, meanwhile, as everybody else seems to be fighting on the southern side. But, yep, I think the early, like the 3 points, they are now taken. And, you know, some teams, they want to escape. Okay, these guys will be hunting us down. But we still have some fighting happening here, meanwhile, on the on Gatka.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay, S2G. Oh no, 7 trying to go ahead and get a knock, but stuck up on top of the roof. He's going to be pushed instantly, taken down. We can see the remainder of S2G nowhere near the rest of his team. Got up on the northern side, starting to take a vehicle. Looks like he was trying to get a little bit of a roundabout to see what he could do, but nope, he's just going to turn right back around. Unfortunately, he cannot save his teammate, so now he just has to try to survive.
Yeah, Poku's hiding here on the sewers. The circle, it shifted on the western side, as we can see, but it's a pretty fair one. It's including, well, almost everything except for the eastern side of the main island. So that's pretty fine. But definitely Poku's in trouble. We can see that the people are trying to find him from inside of the Pochinki, but they are not finding it. So that's the Surreal Esports as they are trying to go door to door to find the player, but he's hiding here. They saw him dropping down, and Vodafone Giants, they have the Foreman stack still alive. So there's other players as well, but they have like scattered all around the city, so nobody's actually inside. They are just, you know, finding themselves on the eastern and the western, and I think on the northern side as well.
Yeah, especially with this Zex zone shift. It's nicely on the mainland here, so the majority of people will still have spaces to be able to find a place to play off of these first couple of zones, but we can see, I feel like I can already see that some teams are being more aggressive. We can see that in Novo, people are kind of backing up here. I mean, in Pochinki, they're kind of trying to be a little bit more quiet. They don't want to be the first team eliminated. They don't want the other teams to be getting those 5 points for eliminating a full team. So at this point, it was a little aggressive at first, kind of slowing down for right now as they're trying to figure out how to get the advantage.
Yeah, I was really hoping that I will see a squad wipe getting that, what is it, like 24 point 5 points or 29 points from wiping down one squad. And I think that all the teams, well, not all of them, but at least some of them, they are also like trying to avoid that, of course. They don't want to give 29 points for the other team. So we can see Vodafone Giants, they're just waiting. They have the patience. So I'm just wondering, does Surreal Esports actually realize that Vodafone Giants, they're just lurking here around? And when maybe at some point they want to leave from the city, they just might have a surprise actually happening because I mean, all the players, they're just waiting all the movement to happen.
Ooh. Oh my goodness, and even down here on this little plateau on the beach, we're having a little bit of an altercation here. It looks like, unfortunately for Conqueror, 2 of them are going to fall down. No way. It looks like Big is just going to go ahead and run away with a couple of those kills there. Conqueror can't quite do anything. There you go. Don't want to waste a bullet. It's going to go ahead and punch each other out as well. And, oh, man, that is 2 big points there because, reminder, that was just 12 points right there.
Yeah.
Because each of those kills were 6 points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points, definitely. I mean, nice setup there happening on the southern side. We can see other teams still like lurking around the area. As we can see, Konina Power, they are watching what is happening here. They have the whole team still remaining, and they are moving on the coastal line. So they might try to build something around it if they will spot something happening on the beach. We can see Evo Station going straight towards Virtus Pro. They are still holding that one. The other 2 guys from the Konina Power, they are right there on the northern side, and that's it. They will go for it. They have spotted down the players. Be 3 players waiting there. This could be a suicide run as well, but no, they will just go with Stray. We can see Ashka taking the damage, and the Stray from Azure is going to be connecting, and that's enough.
I mean, they knew that they're out in the open. Why not go ahead and take that? They stopped perfectly on a little bit of an incline. Were able to use the vehicle as some cover. The rest of Kanina Power continued on driving to crash the compound. They knew they had the advantage, and they're obviously going to go ahead and take advantage of it. We can see the rest of them trying to get inside of the building. There we go. A nice push happening, though. Gonzo alone will still be able to get the next knock. And the rest of the teammates that are in that big building, not quite there. We can actually see one getting away on the beach. They're just driving away.
Yeah, I mean, one player's going to escape on the eastern side, and one player is still maybe on the compound. Yeah, he's going to be leaving as well. So they will just get away, and that's going to be, I mean, they will just hunt them down. It seems that they will actually continue. So Conquer, they will definitely come on the backsides of kills as we can see from the mini-map that they are trying to hunt them down. He's going to be trying to escape all the way on the other side. But meanwhile, on the bridge, we can see Gnomi finding a Virtus Pro player. He's not going to hide anymore. He's not going to be getting away from that situation. He's going to find another trouble.
Oh, yep, down to the water they go. Looks like Nomi's going to pick up that kill. The rest of Pride now starting to run across that bridge, but wait a second. Canadian Power still being able to pick up a bunch of kills, and Virtus Pro is our first team eliminated. Reminder, elimination of a team, that is 5 extra points, along with that 6 for that kill inside of the first 2 zones. This is already way too many points than I can count. I hear joke about all the time how I have trouble with caster math, and this format, I just have to wait until the leaderboard pops up at this point, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the scoring system isn't the easiest one to calculate because the points are changing by the zone as well. I'm just very happy that Max is not here because he would be completely having a huge issues by counting the points, just like Jason pointed out on the studio. So it's nice that Max can actually have his rest. Pogo's going to be waiting. We can see that the Surreal Esports, they are still trying to find these players from the Pochinki area. They may be looting as well. And we can see Pogo's just waiting here. 2 players right next to him. At least one. Yeah, the 3 guys are actually more further back, and they seems to be getting away from that location. So maybe Pogo's going to get a 1 and maybe get away from the whole situation. But yep, I don't know. It's going to be taking time. But there's no reason to leave because Pochinki, it's on the middle of the circle, so they can just stay here. They can chill. They can hold the place. But I mean, Vodafone Giants, they have the patience.
Ooh, another big fight happening just below Pochinki. There we go. Unicorns of Love, unfortunately, going to lose one of their members. Of course, that's going to have this other team start making the big push forward. Fireflux Esports wants to continue to be picking up these kills, but it looks like Unicorns of Love are going to be able to provide a little bit of cover for their singular teammate that is here against the entirety of this team. More of them starting to pull on up. You can see the vehicles getting closer and closer. They want these 6 points before the zone's going to go on ahead and pop. And a ton of nades, but not quite yet. Meanwhile, it looks like the patience coming through from Vodafone Giants is going to work out as they get a knock from the team in Pochinki finally leaving.
Yeah, finally, Ulyss is going to be getting that reward. 1 player from the Surreal was going to be falling down, so they will get at least 1 player, 1 point. Well, not 1 point, actually. It's going to be more than 1 point because it's going to be 3 points from that kill. We can see also Unicorns of Love, they will get raised down from the Fireflux Esports. That was a nading situation, what we saw before. And now we can see it from the What Zone's point of view. We can see the Fireflux players hiding behind that hill. They're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, actually. Maybe they're waiting when the Unicorns of Love are going to be getting on top of that hill, but they're definitely building something. We can see Wolf Wolf going, prodding, just, crawling right next to the players, hoping to find something. But meanwhile, GK First is going to be doing a flank on the side, and he just might be surprising the whole team.
He definitely knows that somebody's going to be coming from that angle, though. We can see him intently watching that warehouse, waiting for somebody to peek out. Looks like Unicorns in Love. This team, they're kind of like making circles around each other at this point. But there we go. OwnerP was watching that spot, will do some damage to GK First. Definitely going to have to heal on up before they continue the fight. And it looks like our next team, Conqueror, is out.
Yeah, that is a surprise. I mean, they were the team who were actually bullying on the southern side earlier, and they managed to get the early kills from Virtus Pro. But then somehow they just lost the situation, so something definitely happened there. But yeah, meanwhile we are still watching the Fireflux and the Unicorns of Love situation. Wolf is going to be putting a nade towards GK First. Not going to be connecting enough. Rokic has been taken down already, so Unicorns of Love with the 3-man stack, they are trying to solve this trouble what they have in front of them. Soulless is going to be doing a flank. He's going to be spotted down by Lin, but yeah, there's no angle, so he cannot open the fire.
There we go. You're going to go ahead and start using this rock for some cover. Prepping some nades? Nope, just deciding to back on up, probably because Lin is starting to prep their own nade. So luckily, OwnerP will just be able to get out of there fast enough. But look at this Unicorns of Love with the insane angle now. They're completely pinched after sending one to that little shack in the middle of the field. So at this point, I mean, Fireflux Esports has to be really careful with the angles. They kind of just have to decide which angle to start pushing and take out at least one side so that they can get out of Unicorns of Love's hold.
Yeah, true. And the phase has changed, so now the kills are, by the way, just only it's going to be still 6 points per game. No, it's going to be actually before the start of Zone 2. So it's going to be 4 points now because it's Zone 2, so it started already. So we're going to be figuring that out. But anyways, the points are changing dynamically because Elite falling down. Kitsune comes and falls down as well. Owner, meanwhile, flushed down. GK is to find Wolf. And we can see Meku getting Timber and the S2G. They are falling down as a whole. So the team, that's going to be the second, actually the third team that's going to fall down as a whole.
That is insane. Unfortunately, Solus, now the last one up for Fireflux Esports, is not looking too good for them, but it's not going to stop him whatsoever. He knows that these points are a lot more, so he's trying to go on ahead and get a couple of them. We already said it's 4 points now that it is going into Zone 2 to 3, and GK First is just going to continue to hide out. Solus, he's out of there. He wants to go ahead and survive. Don't even give Unicorns of Love that 5 points for eliminating the team. Meanwhile, Pachinki has finally started popping off.
Yeah, the whole location with the Unicorns of Love and Fireflux were having a fight. There's actually a team coming from the Ridge as well, so there will be a third team coming to the pod. But meanwhile, we are watching what is still happening at the Pachinki. Still, we do have Surreal Esports still fighting with the Vodafone Giants. So we saw that one player, Akhon, was taken down. They still have a 5-man stack, and I think Vodafone Giants, they might be still having all the players alive as Soulless still continues to fight with the Unicorns of Love. But there we can see that the other team, the Pride, which came from the southern side from the Bridge, they are now kind of like trying to third party on the whole situation, and Solus is the last guy from the team, so he will try to maximize the points that are available, but he's completely in trouble. Unicorns of Love on the other side, and then he has the Major Pride on the southern side as well, takes the damage, and there we go. Finally, it's gonna be Major Pride. They will find Solus, and Fireflux Esports, they're gonna fall down as a whole.
They're going to be happy about that. They got I think they might have just gotten the 4 points for the kill, potentially, and they got that 5 points for the elimination, so that is huge. Meanwhile, back in Pachinki, let's see what's happening here. Oh, Vodafone Giants, one by one going down. It looks like Ulysses up on top of the roof here, only has one other teammate. Poke is still alive. This fight with this other team, Surreal Esports, not going too well so far. They had the upper hand, but it kind of went back to equal grounds at this point. I mean, it's hard fighting in cities, and it looks like they're going to have to continue figuring this out, but the zone is already moving.
Yeah, it's going to be hard fighting on the gas stations as well. Major Pride versus Unicorns of Love. GK First gets him down. Milky Way. He's gone up on the Milky Way, definitely. But GK First will be traded immediately. It's going to be Naomi from the Major Pride and the Unicorns of Love. They will find their end.
Wow, I don't think I was expecting that, but they wanted that kill, upset that other team ended up taking their solo down. So, of course, they ended up pushing Major Pride. Major Pride now not going to be held out. It can get inside zone. This zone went towards Everest, by the way, so a ton of people are now having to move. Here we go. We can even see Navi starting to go for a big spray on a Team Unique right in front of them. We know that some people on the desk are interested in watching both Navi and Unique, see how they'll perform. Right now, haven't seen too much early on, and now all these points, they don't have the specialized points anymore.
Yeah, Navi, they have managed to get 3 kills already though, so they have guaranteed those 9 points from the early, I would say, with the bonus points, I would say, on some level at least. So they managed to get some of those points on the early situations. Meanwhile, Blaze, as we can see that they're completely just, you know, hanging there. They don't have any threats on right next to them. Team Unique's going to be holding those buildings, but the situation here in Pochinki is still going to continue. Ulysse is going to be spotted down, gets the spray towards the surreal esports player. He's going to be falling down, but doesn't get the flush, and it's going to be traded, so it's going to be Enjoy 7. He will get Ulysses down and can still save his teammate most probably. So that's going to be just one player remaining for the Vodafone Giants. That's going to be Pocus, and he's still hiding on the city. Actually doesn't have the heals, only one first aid and 18 bandages, so he's going to be definitely in trouble. He needs to find a vehicle, and if he really wants to stay alive, he needs to leave and fast.
Oh, yeah, it definitely looks like he's disengaging at this point. Big. Looks like they're going to be able to pick up at least a singular kill over there with a little bit of a run over. Unique, not going to be happy about that. Starting to push up this hill. There we go. Actually finding a knock on a Navi. And they're going to get that point there. The next zone is once again about to pop, and it looks like they have to go south. This is going to be a Gatka zone. Nobody currently inside of Gatka, so interestingly enough, whoever spots out that that is free first is going to have a free compound to go ahead and take.
Yeah, there was fighting happening earlier, but the both teams actually left from there, so now it's completely stranded. We can see Blaze, for example, heading that direction, so they might get that place. So definitely there will be 2 teams actually crashing on it, and we can see Peak also traveling here, Team Unique. We can see Navi actually, they are one of those teams that's going to be heading towards the Gatka, and it's going to be Blaze right together with teams. So Navi and Blaze, they are fighting from Gatka. We can see Kitsune trying to put all those smokes there. We can see Blaze taking the building below him, so John and Kursera, they are holding the first floor, and 2 other guys are on the buildings more towards the western side, but it's going to be Catch from Blaze who's going to find Kitsune, and he's going to fall down. He's going to be crawling on the rooftop, but going to be flushed down by Drone.
He really tried with those smokes, but unfortunately it just did not work. Now we have, of course, the MVP for Navi's team, Matic here. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. He has his own little compound down to the southern side. They both ended up crashing on the Gatka at the same time, but it just did not go Navi's way. So now as a solo, let's see how long they'll be able to survive. Meanwhile, over towards this western side, looks like Konina Power has now found Major Pride finding themselves on the complete opposite side of this zone from where they started. They really want to play up on top of this hill, and it looks like they're going to be able to. Canadian Power trying something else.
Yeah, they want to leave, definitely. Meanwhile, XD code, as we can see, Sakura and the other, they will fall down actually right as we come here. So Luna's going to be taken down, and Goddess Sirens, they are down. So that's already the 8 teams. So we have lost half the teams inside 17 minutes.
Oh, geez. I mean, we knew that they're going to want to be getting a lot of kills early on, but I guess I'm not surprised by these numbers so far. This zone, by the way, also very difficult. This being on top of Gatka, there's going to be a lot of open spaces, only a couple of buildings, some compounds, and very, very little environmental places that people can play out of. Because we can see, for example, Unique, they have this little bowl here, but there are angles from other people that can spot them out, especially as Big starts getting a couple more knocks on to the members. Unique getting a tiny bit of revenge. But everybody is just so open to each other.
Yeah, it's a complicated one. Konina Power, they are kind of like between Big and the teams on the southern side. So we can see Team Unique and Pride, Major Pride, also having angles towards Konina Power's location. So it's a very stacked area at the northwest side. Currently, utility is going to be Jones, so Mishi, Goldie. There's going to be a Swave trying to put those smokes there. Meanwhile, Konina Power is going to be putting those HG grenades on the smokes, of course, trying to get those kills, to get those flushes happening. But for now, they're still keeping their lives. So let's hope that they can still do the revivals. But Pride, they are still Yen is nading that area. Will that connect? Yeah, Beast is gonna be taking damage at least, if nothing else. Swave behind the hay pile. But Yen just trying to find anything that moves, but cannot find anything for now. Swave is gonna be spotted down, and there we go. The spray is gonna be connecting, but doesn't get enough damage.
I like what Team Unique is doing right now up on the northern side. They're very, very spread out. It'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to pick up any of these knocks that Pride are currently getting on Big, way too close together. Just a singular nade can really go on ahead and mess up everything for them. And here we go. Exactly when Unique needs to go on ahead and start striking as Pride a little bit in the open so that he can go on ahead and shut down that fight. Meanwhile, they're also getting closer and closer to the zone popping once again, so they have to try and figure out a way for them to enter this next zone.
Yeah, Team Unique. well, they have split it a little bit. We can see
Ooh.
Jalu quite far away from the others, but we can see that two duo on this direction. They will just take the buggies and start the rotation. They can escape towards the northern side. And meanwhile, Major Pride is going to be left fighting with Big. Beast is going to be holding this place. I'm a little bit surprised that Yen, who was actually playing very aggressively on the ridge earlier, I don't think that he actually got any kills. I think he just dealt a lot of damage from there. And Beast is just waiting when the guys will be pushing towards his location. He wants to do something. He just doesn't want to fall down. He wants to take somebody down with him.
And looks like more teams trying to make their way on inside of this zone. At this point, there's only 3 teams not inside the zone, if I'm not mistaken. Gakka's not in, so they're going to be waiting as long as possible before making a move on inside of here, because this new zone is so out in the open that they should really wait until everybody is fighting before they make the move. It does look like Big was also found out. Unique is going to go on ahead and yoink those 5 points for eliminating that team. And now Pride just has to go on ahead and try to stay low, while Unique a little bit higher than them in terms of terrain could just look down on top of them.
Yeah, they have a place. We can see Frozen, meanwhile, going to be trying to find something away from the distance. So next to the gaming, they have spotted down team Unique, got Jalu. The damage will be dealt both sides, by the way. Frozen takes a minor amount of damage as well. We can see Mind just trying to leave from the northern location there. He needs to move inside. There's a small deep which they can actually play as we move towards Konina Power at Jera. As he's just holding the building, but there's going to be a team crashing. That's going to be Exquisite Decode. Will has taken the damage. Elisio down to 5 HP about, and they're just trying to play the ridge, but there might be somebody on the southern side still, and that's going to be Pride. They will find that one. Will is going to be taken down. That player is going to be so low on HP as well. They just might lose the whole team.
Wow, they end up helping them out a lot there as Exquisite Decode goes out. That means Konina Power continues to have that little compound, the only one left inside the zone. But that's because, look at that, the people leaving Gakka is starting to go on ahead and go for that crash. That is Supermassive Blaze now, entire 4-man. They had the entirety of Gakka to themselves, so they're able to stay alive now versus a duo. Looks like one of them is in fact going to fall, and they just need to try and toss these nades inside these buildings to at least get one, and then the big push can happen.
Yeah, it's a complicated one. Well, I mean, they have the manpower. They have 3 guys still alive, so they can definitely do it. But because they the power now moving out of the buildings, because Yen fighting Navi-matic, so one player and the whole Navis actually take it down. So in the end, Yen will find that kill, and that's going to be nobody else than Matic from Navi, and the team's going to be wiped down. As we can see, Konina Power, they will just take the buggy, will try to move on side of the building, maybe play the different side of it, and Blaze, they are just, you know, staying on the southern side, so the buildings are kind of like separating these 2 teams.
They're going to stay safe on that little ridge for right now. They're going to continue to try to nade and hope that they get a pick. Meanwhile, this next zone about to pop once again. We'll see if they even want this compound still, and the answer, in my opinion, is definitely yes. And there we go. That's exactly what they were looking for. They got a knock on a 1 in that left building. Now they just have to try and get the last one left. Let's see, Xer, now the only one left for Konina Power as they start making the push.
There we go.
Taken out.
Yeah, Kersera in the end will find that one. So down to 4 teams already, and that's going to be Pride, Blaze, then we have Team Unique, and next through those 4 teams we still have remaining. And we have 2 full stacks that will be Blaze and Team Unique. The others are 2 or 3-man stacks. We can see Unique just trying to kind of like hide from next through up the outside of the zone, both of the teams actually. There's only Blaze having some kind of a place on the circle, and everybody else will need to approach the circle.
Exactly. I mean, we can even see Unique trying to go on ahead and take that dip that you went on ahead and mentioned. It's just a little bit concerning because it is more towards the center, that everybody else that also needs to find their way inside of this zone might just start targeting them as they try to make the push. So they're going to have to be really proactive, honestly, to try and hold out both Pride and the other team across from them in this zone to keep them out.
Yeah. Well, Team Unique, they will find a place on the middle. There's definitely a reach that they can play. There's a deep right next to it. So it's a decent place that you can hold. I think the biggest problem currently is for next through how they will actually find a place. They can maybe try to play the very eastern side of the circle. There's a small hill which they can use as a cover. Meanwhile, we have a little bit different kind of view from the circle and the whole battlegrounds, as we can see that how the ridges are actually working. So this is good. Now next through you can see what kind of cover they actually have towards Blaze.
Oh, at this point next year, this is all that they can do. They have a little cover of the buggy, they have some movement, and they're just going to stay on the very edge for right now. Supermassive Blaze, they might go ahead and benefit by going and sweeping that edge and getting rid of the enemy over there so that they can spread out a little bit more, but they're just going to wait a little bit longer until this zone is officially closed. We can already see some nades going towards them, however. It will do some damage to Frozen. Wait a second, they're already starting to go for the flush, as the rest of them, such as Kess, their MVP, are starting to look more towards Unique.
Yeah, players, they definitely seems to be getting a lot of kills out of this situation. They have great individual performances as well. We saw one of the teams that also falling down, so Major Pride is down. Only Blaze, Team Unique, and Nextria are remaining, and Ketch still playing this upside angle. Team Unique from a stack right in front of them, so it's going to be very important that they can actually deal some damage. And Nextria, they just might be able to surprise from the eastern side, while the other teams are fighting here more towards the middle. They have a more like a direct line of sight.
I'm a little bit worried about Supermassive Blaze. I feel like if they don't go on ahead and get rid of Nextria very soon, that they're going to be the team that are kind of in the middle. Unique, I'm interested to see if they're going to try to be a little bit more aggressive once they hear this fighting happening. We can already see the movement actually going towards that road as the zone pops right in front of them. Actually, nice nade is going to be taken out one. Looks like Unique is kind of helping out Supermassive Blaze at this point, but if Unique plays this correctly, they could hold out Supermassive Blaze from getting inside of this next zone.
Yeah, there's still placement points in play, so that's going to be, of course, if they can destroy Nextria, that's going to be 2 more points for Team Unique as well, so they are happy to help. I kind of like the circle, how it actually shifted a little bit more towards the eastern side, because quite often it goes right there on the northern side of the buildings, and then it kind of like ends on the road, and then we have a team on the northern side. They have that hill as a cover, which Team Unique, by the way, still has. But yeah, I mean, this is going to force Blaze at some point to rotate, most probably towards the eastern side, so that should be the end of Nextria Gaming and Frozen, of course.
I'm just surprised they haven't gone for it just yet. I mean, they don't want to go on ahead and run out in the open and have Frozen hurt them, take down a lot of them. But the thing is, if they don't do that soon, Unique might go on ahead and really hurt them. But it looks like they're actually going to get 2 knocks on Unique. This is actually a chance for them to go on ahead and start pushing over there towards the western side and take out Team Unique before they got all these reses. Singular nade, unfortunately, not quite going to hit. Oh, man, that window of opportunity was actually a little bit too small.
Yeah, I mean, they should definitely try to do something about it, because sooner or later, Team Unique is going to be a problem for the Blaze if they can revive all the players, because they still have the cover. If the circle keeps going on that direction, away from the buildings as it has been going from the Blaze, it's definitely kind of like moving towards Unique's position. And Unique, if they don't have to move, they can hold that cover. So yes, they have to use it, but now Frozen's going to be spotting down Blaze. They will spot him down as well, and the spray is going to get 1. Seraph going to be taken down, so finally, Blaze is going to take those hits as well. Frozen with the nade, going to be trying to find a second one. Throws the nade straight towards Tron. Will that connect? No, he's gonna fall. That's gonna be mine from Team Unique, saving the whole situation. Just 2 teams remaining.
Yeah, Unique instantly started pushing right when they heard those bullets start ringing out. We knew that that was potentially going to happen, and now at this point, Unique definitely has the upper hand. So they still have the western side. Now they have the buildings as well, and Supermassive Blade just kind of have to deal with it. We can already see that they're just laying prone, trying to figure out a way to stand back up and take on this fight with Team Unique, but they keep getting downed. I think there's only 2 left, and Kesh at this point kind of holding a different angle, while Tron might be going for the first res.
Yeah, the reses are important, but Ketch is going to be definitely on fire. I mean, he has been dealing so a lot of damage already. We have seen this guy getting a lot of damage on the previous tournaments as well. There's a reason why he was chosen as the MVP multiple days in the previous months. But yeah, now the performance needs to come out again. Tries to go for the revival of Kurosera. And meanwhile, of course, we are also Savian can be saved. So Blazes might get a whole form and stack up and running as Unique. They're also having all the players still alive. So this could be all the way till the last second, till the one last line, a 4 versus 4 fight.
I can't believe both these teams let each other go on ahead and reset, so they're able to go on ahead and get all of their reses back up. This is still a 4v4. This is absolutely insane. This next zone pulls over towards the eastern side, so Supermassive Blaze doesn't have far to go, but it's going to be Team Unique that has to make the move. And Team Unique, though, they have the advantage in that they're spread out. Supermassive Blaze might not know which direction they're coming from when the answer is they're coming from everywhere, so they're both going to have to play this carefully.
They're just putting a lot of smokes. They're kind of like helping Blaze a little bit as well, if I'm completely honest. But they are Frozen. We can see Jalu. They are just proning there on the smokes. And this is going to be all the way like a snake battle till the end. So they're just trying to figure out, try to find that one pixel that's going to give a glimpse of the player. And then they can open the fire. Blaze just holding the smokes because he's Savian kind of like a little bit more on the loose. Same as mine from Unique. We can see Tofi's just crossing the road. So now all the players on the same side of the road. And there's about 10 smokes on the ground currently. And Jalu's going to spot one, but it's going to be Ketch immediately fading that one.
Wow, Kesh takes down 1. Here we go. Tron's Army taking the push. 2, no way. 2 go down. The big push coming through. I think there's only 1 left now for Unique, and that is up to Frozen. Looks like he will take down Kesh, instantly going for the flush. He knows he needs that point, and he gets another one as well. No way. It was a 2v1, but the match has ended, and it looks like, unfortunately for Team Unique, it doesn't go towards them, but it will go